So somebody is trying to absolutely ruin any kind of a career or life Tony Ferguson has after leaving the UFC, as he's going to be taking on Salt Papi in the co-main event of Darren Till versus Luke Rockhold in a Misfits boxing event in Manchester. Okay? Everything I said there makes absolutely no sense, but I'm actually a fan of that main event. The co-main event, I'm not a big fan of. I'm going to get to it now in a minute, but we'll start with the main event that is Till versus Rockhold, okay? So Darren Till has definitely kind of revived his kind of career, not even, but I'll get to the fucking fall off of Darren Till, but he's kind of like revived himself a little bit in the Misfits kind of influencer boxing scene because he's just way better than these guys, okay? He's been doing this his whole life. He fought like Anthony Taylor, he fought like Darren Stewart. Darren Stewart was like a, unranked UFC fighter. Like, that's all that guy kind of was. He had that beef with Kevin Holland, but that was it. Like, Darren Stewart never really did fucking shit. Like, I've seen him fight a few times in Cage Wars and stuff like that, but he was never, ever an elite fighter. Do you know what I mean? Till was the man. Till was the next big thing. He beat Wonder Boy in Liverpool. He fought Tyron Woodley. He was undefeated. He knocked out Cowboy. He beat Kelvin Gastelum in a very close decision. But he just never kicked on with his career. He never really got into gear after the Woodley loss. I feel like it all just went downhill, getting knocked out by Masvidal, losing to Robert Whittaker. And I hear the same argument every time. Oh, well, Till, he just about lost to Whittaker, but he still lost. Bro, he just about beat Kelvin Gastelum. Do you know what I mean? It was a split decision that could have went either way. So, this whole he was right there with Robert Whittaker, I just don't buy it. Okay, because you get finished by Derek Brunson, you get finished by Dricus du Plessis. I think that's more conclusive than a close fight with Robert Whittaker, who wasn't even the best middleweight at the time. Okay, he lost to Adesanya in the rematch. And now he's kind of gone downhill a good bit. Now, that whole thing was fucking maybe 4 or 5 years ago, so I just think that argument of Till being close to Whittaker is quite outdated. Now, I don't really hear many people saying it anymore, but I do think that there is kind of truth in it as regards, like, Till 100% could have done so much more with his career. You know what I mean? He could have done so much more. I feel like he needed to kind of stay at welterweight. I feel like that was his big thing, okay? Because at middleweight, he didn't have to cut as much weight. He kind of just fucked around, fuck around and find out. I get it, but he didn't stay the course at middleweight because he didn't have to be disciplined all the time because he was making that weight no problem. And there was so much things wrong with Darren Till. Like, so many things. And I feel like he just kind of avoided them by party. Like, this dude fucking stole a taxi on a night out, bro. He literally, like, he's so entertaining. I do love Darren Till. Like, he's such an entertainer, but oh my god, is he fucking stupid. Like, he's so entertaining. And I've met him once before, fucking, like, maybe a year ago now at this point, but he seems like a chill enough dude, but just so lackadaisy and head in the clouds, and just thinks that his natural talent, which he has boatloads, will get him to where he wants to get. And now, a few years later, a few losses later, you lose to Brunson, you lose to Dricus, you ask to get released from the UFC to start fresh, just goes downhill. And, he took like a short notice boxing fight in like Abu Dhabi, but just would not fight in the UFC for fucking ages. And he kept pulling out of fights as well, man. It was Jack Hermanson on the Aspinall versus Blades card, the first one. He pulled out of that co-main event. Just like, so many things went downhill and went so wrong for Darren Till's career. Now, he has revived it a little bit with this influencer boxing scene because he's just way better than these guys. You know what I mean? Fundamentally, Till is just so much better. He's got way more experience. He's literally fought for a UFC world title. Rockhold is a UFC champion, but Rockhold is not known for his boxing. Darren was known for his boxing. Absolutely, 100%. That's why he's just so much better than everyone in Misfits. Like, do you know what I'm saying? He beat all of them. Tommy Fury would have been a good fight. I actually was looking forward to that fight until Tommy Fury pulled out because Till was saying he's going to kick him in the head. Do you know what I mean? Which is just ridiculous to pull out of a fight from that. Like, he's obviously not going to kick you in your head, mate. Come on, fucking cop on. You go on about being I'm a fighting man, but like as soon as Till says anything, he's just like, no, you can't do that. I know he can't do that. He wouldn't do it. But Rockhold's not known for his striking. Rockhold is not known for his boxing. He's obviously known for striking. Rockhold's got one of the best kicking games you will see in MMA, okay? He's not known for his boxing. Till is going to mop up with Rockhold. He's going to clean him up in that ring, I guarantee you. Rockhold's older. He's not as fresh. He's not as light. He got a good win in Karate Combat there like a few months ago. Maybe even weeks ago. It was not that. I don't know. I think it's a few months ago now, but he's definitely got a good few. Oh, he's obviously got accolades. Like, he's got Strikeforce World Championships, like UFC World Championships. Like, he will let you know that he's got that. You know what I mean? I do like Luke Rockhold. I do like him. He's kind of smug. He's a bit of a fucking asshole, but that's why I like him. Do you know those kind of people? Obviously, he's done great things in the UFC, great things in MMA, like Strikeforce and UFC, like DC kind of job. That's an incredible achievement. You know, back when Strikeforce was like one of the main things with like WEC, that's insane. But he's not known for his boxing. Darren is on momentum. You know, and Darren's still like 31, 32, so he's in his physical prime here against someone like Rockhold. He's like late 30s. He's not really there. Not known for his boxing. He's going to win. Darren's going to clean up. Darren's going to absolutely clean up and he'll get that one done. Co-main event, Salt Papi versus Tony Ferguson. Why do you feel the need to make this fight? Why do you feel the need? This is just one of those fights that's going to be sad. And I don't even think this trajects Salt Papi in any other way apart from the guy that beat a washed Tony Ferguson. And I don't like saying the word wash, but like, it's true. This dude is so much past his prime. Why are you putting Salt Papi in there? A heavy hitter who's going to blast his chin in the first 3 rounds. That's not even like... It's good name value and Tony's going to throw some sand and he's going to do some wild shit throughout the, you know, the weigh-ins and stuff like that. But I have absolutely no intention of saying Tony Ferguson has any chance in this fight, because he has absolutely none. I don't think Tony's going to get started. He's so much older. Okay, he's so old. It's sad to see, because remember back in the day, a lot of people were picking Tony to beat Khabib. I was never one of those people. I never, ever said Tony beats Khabib. Okay, I never said that, because being dangerous off your back is not enough to beat Khabib, in my opinion. I think you need a more well-rounded game, especially on the feet. I think the feet is your best bet to beat Khabib. I don't think the ground is where it's going to happen. As much as Dustin nearly got him in a guillotine and stuff like that, I feel like you have to beat him on the feet if you're going to beat him. That's my opinion. I don't think being dangerous off your back is quite good enough to beat Khabib. But overall, this is actually a pretty decent card. I just don't like seeing Tony Ferguson get knocked out once again. This dude has enough CTE as it is. We don't need to lump it on. And Salt Papi, this is a name. This is a name. This is a way for Salt Papi to get with the MMA fan base. Okay, let's say he chins Tony Ferguson. I'm just big. No, that's so sad. They'll know Salt Papi. They'll know who he is. So he has everything to gain from fighting a big name like Tony Ferguson, where Tony has nothing to win in this fight. He's not going to beat these influencer boxers. It's just at that stage of his career, he's not going to beat them. And Tony was he was decent on the feet, but man, it's a totally different sport when you don't have to worry about kicks, you don't have to worry about takedowns, especially when Tony's dangerous off his back. It's not going to work. I really like the main event, even though it's quite one-sided, and I think Till is going to fucking mop up. But all in all, it's actually pretty good. I'll look forward to this, but let me know what you think down below, and thanks for watching.